What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday, it is Capture 8 Day. But before we start that, just want to give like a thank you and a shout out I guess to Liam, who is an old friend of mine from back in my League of Legends days. So my channel started as a League of Legends channel, making guides and my god, gameplay videos and all the rest of it. So he's a friend from back then. Florian, who is a Bit Heroes player that started playing and found my guides and was, helped via them and wanted to give back. And then Munso Nation, who is a friend of mine from Idle Heroes, who is also on the Discord and stuff. All three of those have donated towards a new PC, so thank you very much. I super appreciate it. And yeah, that's amazing. If you would like to donate and help me out with getting a new PC for streaming and everything, the link is in the description below. But those three guys have donated and I just wanted to give thanks, basically. Alright, let's start with the video. Let's get fishing out of the way. There we go. We are Thursday. We are going for a Duobomz, right? Because we're still that one Duobomz off +4 Walkham. It's been forever. Can't seem to get it. It's a pain in the ass. Let's do it. Here we go. Heroic. Smash it out. We're doing it. Alright, so we need one Duobomz to get to +4. And we need another Duobomz and a Griffin to get to +5. Has been the case for months. I have been focusing on other things and not Walkham so much. Also, I don't know what's going on with my mouse, man. At the moment, my mouse is, we'll see. My mouse is covering, wait till we get in and I'll pause it. The red floating head in that like cryo tank at the back, my mouse is on top of that, but on my recording software, it's like above the blue dog's head. So I don't know what's going on there. I have no idea. Maybe I can like reset it or something. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? It's just the mouse is a bit funny. But I did notice that last video and someone confirmed that it was like not right. But in the scheme of things, like as long as the gameplay and stuff is good, it doesn't matter so much. Anyway, I haven't been focusing on Walkham that much recently because the new content's come out, and I've been doing Fatties dungeon in the hope of getting a lot of Fatties, in the hope of getting the Yemic schematic, which I have not got yet, just FYI. Actually, I should probably go through what I got from the expedition so far. So once we get out of here, we'll have a look at the expedition. And we'll take a look at what I've gotten so far. But no Yemic schematic, and that's the main thing we wanted, which is unfortunate. So if you watched my expedition video a few days ago, it was like an hour and a half long. It was pretty good. I got a lot of good feedback from that as well, being like a longer format and kind of like an offline streaming type thing. So if I start streaming, there's more of that to come. But I did a bunch of badges. I did a bunch of expeditions. And then I did more expeditions basically for the rest of the day. I think it took me like 6.5 hours to get them all done. So it was a lot, man. It was a lot. At 425 or 450 difficulty. I can't remember which one. I think we started at 500, went down to 475, and then went down to 450. And then I think after I stopped recording, I chucked it down to 425 just to make it go that little bit faster. Anyway, I did a buttload. And I got some things, but not the things I wanted. So I did get loot, it just wasn't what I was after. Which is, not the best, I guess. But loot is loot. So we'll have a look. Expedition. Still got another Sunday item find video to go, which will be this Sunday. I'm still busy, I won't be able to do a massive one, but, there's hope. If we look at the contribution, I am up to basically 200k, which is not bad, I guess. Zaki is on steroids as usual. And the loot that I got is this. Where is my character? There he is. So I got the tank offhand, the tank main hand, and a legendary, which I broke down, and one of the other schematics. This one. Drowning. So when I saw the schematic come up, I'm like, oh shit, and then it was this guy instead, and I got really butthurt about it. And then the two sets that I got were tank sets. So I did mention at the end of the last episode that we could go tank, or considering going tank. We've now got these two. I did also get this from Raid as well, so I thought I'd keep that to show off. But if we look at the runes, right, this is not really item findy. Sorry, the capture 80, but we'll go through it quickly. I've got the legendary redirect, which is crazy, and then all of these, like I have 2 absorbs, damage reduction, deflects, evades, block. So I've got like runes, tank runes, and then if we go to my enchants, I also have quite a few of them. I've got like block chance, damage reduction, deflect, block, and evade, damage reduction, not damage and rage, evade. So like, I have like decent-ish, like, bait, I would guess, stuff. I just don't have like an accessory or any of the sets. I have the sets, they're just not upgraded. So we could consider doing it, but I probably won't, right? Because I've been DPS this long, and like recently we have let's get through this battle first. I did get that Frosty Bite necklace, or ring, or whichever one it is. Necklace, I think. And I've upgraded that 3 times. No, it's ring. I've upgraded that. No, it is neck. Oh my god. I've upgraded that 3 times and I've equipped it, so that has given me an extra 60 or 70 TS or something. And then we got Melvin Cloak as well, which is obviously DPS. So I got these 2 mythics. It would be a shame to just get these 2 mythics and then not use them. So I'll probably use them with DPS, right? To get DPS. We could always just upgrade these and use them as a 2 set, which would be 4% damage reduction. I mean, it's 4% damage reduction. We're not stacking damage reduction or anything, but it's 4%. I don't know. Or we could just go legendaries and make it cheaper. I don't know. If I end up getting like the other 3 parts of the raid tank set, I might upgrade that instead, because the 3 part of that is prevent the first death on your team, which is pretty good. I don't mind that. I think the tank, that set as a total, doesn't blow people away. Like the previous tank sets and stuff have been better. And I know a lot of people are up tiering like their last sets, Polaris, and people are even upsetting Obliteration and stuff instead of taking this current set. But you know, whatever. If I can get a 3 set and stay DPS, like it's still gonna get TS and everything. I'm just, as a set, I'm just gonna get the bonus of whatever the set is. Considering I can't get the DPS set, going the tank set to get that 3 out of 4 prevent the first death, may as well, right? May as well. So the ideal thing, I worked this out, I talked with Zaki about it, is if I have the Frosty Bite necklace and the Melvin Cloak chest piece, that's neck and chest done. In expeditions, in the expedition I'm doing, Peeper, the head drops, and that's +1 to +6 or +8, I can never remember, damage, so that's the head done. And then the set is, the tank set is, I think it's weapon, offhand, helmet, ring. So if we just don't do the helmet, that's weapon, offhand, and ring. And then every slot is taken up by mythics or sets. To get that, I would need to get the sets, and I would also need to get Peeper. Neither of which I have, or none of which I have. But if all, you know, the planets aligned and we got all those drops, we would have 3 set and 3 mythic, which would be amazing. Holy crap, that'd be good. But we'll just see what RNG gives us. So the expeditions, you know, I'm still going, still trying, got 8 days left. There's still hope. I've used all my badges though. So I won't really be able to do any more of that. I could buy some badge plaques, or whatever they're called, in the, you know, the thing in the shop. Is it still in the shop? Is it still there? Yeah, plaque of badges. I could buy these to give me 50 more expedition, 50 more badges, which is 10 expeditions. So I could buy a few of them, but that would eat basically all of, or you know, a lot of our gems. And considering we're only 1.5k off 5k for an accessory, you know, we're this close. We want to hold out and get that accessory. So I don't think I'll do it. I'll just use the badges and stuff that I get naturally by regen, and then you know, any guild honor and stuff that I've earned, I'll buy, you know, the badges there, which is only 5, so which is only an extra expedition, but they all count. And you know, in one expedition, you could get Yemic, Schematic, and Peeper. You never know. Technically, in one expedition, you could get Yemic, Peeper, the Goblin mount, and then every single drop could be a legendary or a set piece. You know, that's technically true. That could happen. It will never happen, but it could happen. But yeah, you could get Yemic, Schematic, and Peeper in the one expedition. I highly doubt it. But you could. But between now and next Sunday, let's say there's the 10 expeditions, the 10 badges, sorry, that I get from the chicken coop being in this guild, because they don't have any of the badge perks. So there's 10 there. And then by the end of the day, there'll be another 10 regen. So that's 20 a day for the next 8 days. And then maybe like 1 or 2 guild honor, like badge thingies. So, you know, there's still a bit, there's still time. We just have to be lucky. But the reason why I went ham and was hoping for it is because of the super scroll, right? But didn't get it. But as we've all talked and mentioned before, super scrolls are dicks, and quite often you don't actually get what you want on the super scroll. You get it the next day when using 25% item find. So anyway, did a free bounty. It's nice. Oh yeah, also behind me, my bookshelf is looking empty, right? Emptier than it normally is. It's usually got like figurines and nerdy shit in there. Packing. I'm leaving what's on there just for a bit of background, so it's just not like nothing in the background. But yeah, the movie's getting closer. It's getting closer. Moving house is such a pain in the ass. Holy shit. Alright, so far nothing. Just, I don't know what's going on, but recently, apart from the dungeon bosses, the dungeon epics, I'm just not getting any raid epics coming up at all. I think maybe I got one in T7, raid 7, sorry. Might come up, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the wolf. But yeah, just, I don't know. They're just not dropping, or not coming up for persuasion. Just making sure that it's not on. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah. It's son of a bitch. We just need 2. Just give us 2. Again, we could get 2 in one run. Won't happen, but we could. We could get 10 in one run, hypothetically. That's the problem with games that rely on dice rolls and stuff, right? You technically can get things, a lot of things, in one time, but it doesn't happen that way. But you know, at the moment I'll be happy with 1 because it's been so long that we've been trying to get that 1. And we just can't seem to get it, and that would go to +4. So that's, you know, going to give us slightly more TS on the Walkham, but it's also going to amplify those augments. So every staple counts, and is quite important. So previously, going from +3 to +4 was only like 100 extra TS or something. It wasn't like the most amazing thing ever, but you know, it's something to work towards. But now with all these augments and stuff, and they, you know, they increase every time you stable. Each stable is now much more important. So getting 1 Duobomz to get that to +4 would be good. Would definitely be good. Now, even if it pops up, we're still using gold. As I mentioned, just like 5 minutes ago, we are pretty close to 5k gems. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend that on the offensive accessory. Again, I was thinking about like, do I buy a defensive accessory box and hopefully get a legendary defense accessory and turn tank and stuff, but I'm like, no, I've been trying for 308 levels to get a legendary offensive accessory. I'm not going to stop now. So we'll try that. If we do 5k and we get another epic as the highest, we don't get a legendary. I don't know how I'm going to cope, man. I've spent, I don't know, 25k, I think. No, I spent 25k on pets, and this will be 20k on accessories. So together, it's nearly 50,000 gems that I've accumulated over the years, plural years, by playing, by saving, by being really cheap, by having really good willpower and not using it to persuade familiars I want and all this sort of stuff, and doing offer walls and all this crap, and never being able to, you know, never putting money in and buying gems and all that. And, you know, I've got one legendary pet out of it. It's a bit of a ball bag. It is, it's very, very, disheartening when you save all the way up and then you buy it and you just get rubbish. And you're just like, oh man, how many times do I have to do this? So there is obviously the option of just buying the 800 gem, or the 1000 gem boxes that go on sale for like 800 or 900 or 850 or whatever it be. We can definitely do that, like instead of saving up for 500, which means we can open more boxes more often. But I've gone through this before, but if new people aren't aware or something, let's quickly have a look at that. Ooh. Okay, there's no egg on sale or anything, but we can still do it. So if you go down to, where are the egg? Gear? Yes. If you go to the large offensive pet egg, for instance, you click on it, this shows you what pet you're going to get. And if you click on this question mark up here, which is not actually the question mark over the bat, but anyway, you click on the question mark and it shows you the percentage chances of getting a legendary. So if you open this, you buy this pet egg, you have a 3.4% of getting a legendary, which is not much, obviously. That's the 1000 gem one, which on sale is like 900 gems or something. If you buy the 5000 gem egg, or 5100 gem egg, or whatever it is, that legendary chance goes from 3.4% to 21 point something percent. So it goes from 3%, which is nothing, to basically you got a 1 in 5 chance of it being a legendary, which is obviously much better odds. So ideally you want to save up 5k, you want to buy that big egg slash accessory box, and that will give you the best possible chance of getting your legendary. Once you have the legendary, then just buy the 800 gem, 1000 gem, whatever it is, eggs and accessories, because then you'll just be able to buy way more. So because you're just breaking them down for like materials. So once you get your legendary, you just need a heap more accessories to get the materials, right? You break those crappy accessories down to get the materials you need to upgrade your legendary. So there's no point saving up another 5k to buy another big box, because you're only going to get 5 accessories out of it. Whereas if you buy the 1000 gem box, you're going to get 5 accessories out of it as well, but it's going to cost you 1/5 of the gems. And considering you're just breaking them down for materials, that's the way to do it. So in an ideal world, spend the 5k, get the legendary, and then after that, just spend the 1k each time to buy whatever you need to break it down to upgrade that legendary. But getting the legendary in the start, in the first place, is the hard thing. Once you get that, it's easy mode, right? You just, every once in a while, you just chuck some gems in, buy an accessory box, break them all down, upgrade your legendary, everything's fine. But getting that legendary sucks. And then obviously you also have the chance of, like once you get your legendary, opening those 1000 gem boxes, you have a chance of getting another legendary out of that as well. Like it's a 3.4% chance, so it's not a very good chance, but you still have a chance. And got one ready to go. And I was talking in a last episode before that, that there's been people that have just opened up the 200 gem accessory box where you just get one accessory and gotten the legendary out of it. Same thing with eggs and stuff. So, you know, it's all RNG, it's all dice rolly stuff, it's all percentages. You have a chance of getting a legendary out of anything that you open, but buying the most expensive one gives you the best possible chance. So yeah, hopefully we get it on this one, because I'm gonna go insane if we don't. But if we don't, maybe we'll just go for 800 gem ones, 1000 gem ones, sorry, instead, because saving up 5000 gems is a ball bag, man. It's more a mental thing, right? Because if we buy a 1000 gem accessory box, we could buy 5 of them, or we could buy one big 5 one. So effectively, you're still spending the same amount of gems. So ideally, you should just save them. But it's hard to get to 1000 gems. You're like, oh, I could buy something now. No, I have to wait. I have to do this 4 more times. and, you know, saving and saving and saving. Like at the moment we're 3.5k. It's like I could buy 3 boxes right now. But it's that whole like willpower. It's like I won't do it. I'll wait, and I'll get that 5k, and then I'll open it, and I'll get nothing I want, and then I'll do the whole process all over again. And that's how it works. Anyway, that's enough of a rant and rumble about that. So, not one persuasion so far. Not even just anything. Not Duobomz, but not even red dick or blue dick. Which is disappointing. And, yeah, kind of echoes the fact that I was talking before about just raid epics just aren't coming up for persuasion at the moment. It's been probably a few weeks until since I've seen one. I think, at least. Since I remember seeing one. Put it that way. The dungeon bosses and stuff, they come up once in a while. Much more often, as we talked about. But, yeah, the raid ones, not so much. But the good thing is I only need 3. I only need 3, and then I'm done. Right? If I decide to, if I get Yemic at least, and I decide to stable him, if I get him, I definitely will. Or we you know, go for Fatty or Gummy instead, then I never have to do raids for familiars ever again. Unless, like, for a tank and a healer, that is. Which is good, and that's kind of another reason. Let's just see what this says. Hooray! I just did 6 raids without seeing anyone come up for persuasion. Which is not that bad really. 6 raids isn't much. Let's do some dungeons. Yeah, so once I get +5 Walkham, which is only the 3 raid epics left, if I go for Yemic or Fatty or Gummy or any expedition fam, I pretty much never have to do a raid again for a healer or a tank. And considering I'm DPS, I don't really need a DPS familiar apart from PvP, of which I already have some. Such as Fatty, he's kind of like a DPS-y tank, right? I've got Roleska, I've got Korgs, I've got Wimbo, I've got Remoraid, I've got Yorlag, I've got a lot. So I don't really need a DPS. Like, I could start trying to stable them and stuff, but no. So, once I get Walkham +5, and I can focus purely on dungeons, it's going to be a great day. Because, yeah. Raid epics suck, man. They suck so much. But we could go for Bobodom, in which case it's only 1 raid epic, so it's not as bad. And we already have 2. So we'd only need 3 of them. So that's not too bad, actually. Only need 3 raid epic. It's the same as what Walkham is, effectively. So 3 more for Walkham, 3 more for Bobodom, and then just a heap of dungeon bosses. Here we go. Case in point. Dungeon bosses are the best. They come up for persuasion so much more often. Come here, you bitch. Okay, well, if you watched my my journey, I'll say, of trying to catch Yetis for the Fatty fusion, you'll remember that I said that, you know, when we got up to the Yeti and the persuasion come up, we're like, hey bud, come on, come with us. And then when they refuse, we slay them, and then we put them in a big pit with the rest of their family. Right, so every Yeti that didn't come up, that we killed without coming up for persuasion, chuck in a giant pit. And then when they come up for persuasion and they say no, then we chase them, we kill them, we put them in the pit. So it's either, hey, come with us, or get chucked in a giant pit with the rest of your family that are dead. Which is a bit morbid, but that's the joke I went with back in the day, and that's the joke I'm sticking with now. Especially if we're going to farm 30 of the bastards. So it's going to be a giant pit of dead Yetis. Yeah. So, I mean, if I was a Yeti, I'd probably have a think about that and be like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a great time. Maybe I'll come with you. Then again, they don't know that they're going to be like smushed together and put in a tube and mixed with like some demon flesh and then like fused into another thing. But they don't know that. It's fine. Right? What they don't know can't hurt them. What can hurt them is a giant pit of their dead family. So, you know, I think it's a pretty easy choice. mean, it's an easy choice for me. If someone said, hey, there's a pit of your whole dead family, you want to join them, or do you want to come with me? I mean, okay, let's not talk about that, because that's depressing as shit. But as far as a Yeti goes, a virtual pixel Yeti, nah, easy choice. I personally think Driffin, oops, is the worst to capture, then Squib. What's going on? I thought I had it on auto, apparently not, or it paused when I don't know. But at the moment, Duobomz is being a bit dickish. Well, a bit asterisk, 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 asterisk-ish. But yeah, Driffin's the worst, man. I think everyone agrees on that. I think everybody, because he goes into so many good things. Well, I think, well, he goes into Walkham and he goes into Wembo. So they're good things. Maybe not so many, but they're both really good. So he goes into two really good things. He probably goes into more. But yeah, Driffin is one of those fams that a lot of people want and a lot of people need. And he's a son of a bitch. So luckily we only need one more of him ever. So that's good. So maybe we'll get Duobomz and then we'll go back to Raid 2 to get the Driffin just for a change of scenery. Because, you know, doing Raid 4 for the past forever is getting a bit stale. Even though I've done Raid 2 more than any other raid, for familiars at least, by like tenfold probably. You know, and I really don't like Raid 2. I hate all the colors. It's too bright. It hurts your eyes. It's all, you know, rainbow and fluoro and this is a good dungeon because it's white and it's nice and it's pale and, you know, I like snow stuff. It's good. That's why I liked Raid 6 as well, because it was like in the sky with white clouds and stuff. It's nice. But Raid 2 is just like an assault on your eyes and it's horrible. I hate it. So going back there to get Driffin all the time is not the best. Driffin is probably next on my list, still running Shrants and Ball, and I'm so far behind on fams. Good luck on Driffin. He's a jerk. Alright, well, maybe we'll finish off with this dungeon. We're coming up on nearly 30 minutes, so don't need your friend request because I'm in the same guild. So we'll finish this off. Hopefully get another Yeti. Ooh, nice. Or even attempt at another Yeti. But I always say that on a capture rate video, if something comes up for persuasion, you consider it a win. You consider it a win because at least, like, you know, there's the capture rate bonus, there's your rune bonus. At least there's doing something. Something wants to join you, maybe. So at least we got a Yeti come up for persuasion. Didn't get him, but at least he came up. But unfortunately, there goes another Thursday capture rate video, just like majority of the others, that we came away with absolutely nothing. But we'll keep trying. Either way, that is it. Sunday undefined, we will do expedition. We will not have a super scroll, and we will not have that many expedition things, badges. Let's see how many I can buy. I can buy one. There we go. So I'll buy as many as I can during the week, during the rest of the week, which is not that many days. And then we'll do them on Sunday, and then we'll do trials, and we'll do raid, and we'll do world boss, like normal. And we'll see if we can net something, or the Yemic schematic, or something. We'll see. And if I get anything between then and now and then, I will mention it in that video. Either way, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell